This is the new acquisition that I got the other day, actually last week Thursday. It is an 86 Mustang Convertible LX, pretty much fully loaded, just missing a couple of options. And then there's Stitch. As you guys may know, this is my 81 Notch, my very first car. I've owned it since March of last year, and I got it registered on Valentine's Day of this year. So anyways, let's get into what I wanted to talk about. And this time we're going to be talking about actually the differences between, like, how much changed between 1986 from 1981. So at first, the biggest changes are going to be under the hood. So let's pop the hood and take a look. I'm going to start with Stitch first, and then we'll compare the two under the hood to each other. So just give me one moment. So under the hood of Stitch, we'll see what was an interim engine from mid-1979 to mid-1982, replacing an 83. This is the 200 inline 6, otherwise known as the 3.3. They used this engine for a long time in Fords. Before this, it was a 2.8, which is, those are some of the rarest Fox bodies. So, and as you can see, there is lots of room under this hood, right? Just tons of it. You know, you could almost climb in there, to be honest, with how much room there is. You know, it's not as clean under the hood as the 83, but or 86, I should say. But yeah. So, and as you can see, you know, I did put a 2 1/4 inch aluminum 3-core rad in it because honestly it was a really good price and I couldn't say no. And this Stitch had issues in the summertime in Calgary with the heat, so I decided to swap to this rad. Didn't cost me very much, so that was nice. Might do a similar upgrade to the 86. Yeah, as you can see, the inline 6, you know, it's all very cool under here. Then, or the 81 I should say, and then jumping over to the 86, which as you can see is a lot cleaner in here, right? And I just took this to the car wash earlier and cleaned out in here. And it's not perfect obviously, but I got the job done. And as you can see, it still has all of its original stickers, and it still has the vacuum diagram on the hood. And yeah, and also it even has a just with everything is so much wider, right? And there's a lot less room under here than there is in Stitch, my 81. And also one of the biggest changes too, which, I mean, Stitch has a 1-barrel carb, but this has the CFI, which is so much easier on this because I just have a wing nut on it. Let's take the wing nut off. And there we go. And you can see the injection system, which is the central fuel injection. They got this idea from like a very similar design to what GM had with their TBI system, right? Which is a throttle body injection. Very, very similar to this. So yeah, because it is a throttle body, it's just it's not that great, but it does the job. Car runs and drives just fine. So yeah, now let's move on to the interiors. So since I'm over by, and I'll put the air cleaner lid back on later, but if we take a look inside, well, for one, just listen to the bong, right? It's more modern. It's got, you know, all the power right there for stuff. It's got this little pocket on the door, and the door panel is different, right? As well, and if we take a look, The steering wheel is also different. Now this does have cruise control, and even the signal and the washer or the windshield wiper arms are different in this. And as well, the horn is actually in the middle of the steering wheel, not on the stock like it is on Stitch. And also, if you take a look at the dash, I think that's pretty much the same. The only difference is that that's orange, like those stuff is orange, while my car is red. And as well, the dash surround is different too. Because if we take a look at Stitch's interior, now Stitch is a little dirty right now. But hang on, let me get rid of that buzz. The buzzer's annoying, but as you can hear, you know, it's got the buzzer instead of the bong, right? Come on, there we go. And alright, so looking at the interior again, look at this door panel, which this door panel was only used from 1980 to 1981, because 1982 they changed it. So actually these are not the rarest, the 79s are the rarest. But, and you know, and it's a much simpler design here with just the straight, and it doesn't go up, and there's no chrome strip going down. You know, it's, well, hell. You see that side, that's off of 83 to 86 door, right? Actually, I think that's an 83 door because it doesn't have the pocket down near the bottom, right? And I think it was 85 where they changed it to the pocket at the bottom too. And as well, taking a look, and oh sorry, they're not red, that's what I was talking about. And we take a look, like, see, the stocks are different, right? And my horn's here. And it's actually a different horn in this too. And you take a look at the gauges, they're all different colors than that one, because, you know, the green and yellow and white versus red and orange and stuff, which is pretty cool. As well, I don't have AC in this, so I don't have the center vent here. And as well, this has the traditional AM radio, which does not work. Also, the cigarette lighter is here, and I don't have a center console like I do in the 86. Now, something else to look at as well is on the tails of these, because now, and I know I screwed up with painting it, but as you can see, the bars going across, you know, that are vertical, they only used that design from 1979 to 1981 or 82. I can't remember for sure. But then after that, they swapped to this design, right? And also, one unique thing about an 86, and this is how you can tell an 86 from an 85, really one of the only ways to tell, is because that grill you saw up front, you know, that was only used for 85, 86, but 86 is the only one with a third brake light, right? And it'll be mounted right here on the convertibles and inside on the coupes. Actually, no, I'm trying to think. Were they? I think they were actually mounted back here on the coupes as well. On the hatchbacks, they would have been inside the hatch if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, so there's that. And then as well, taking a look at the trunks actually, because they are different. Let me just grab the keys here. Now, because this is a convertible, because most box bodies are the same, but when you have a convertible, you will notice, A, there's nowhere near as much room, not that there's much room in a notch to begin with, but then also you've got these different style hinges. And I actually have a set of these for Stitch that I'm going to try, because they actually give you more room inside, and as well as they give you better lift. So might not have as many issues opening the trunk on Stitch, because, well, here. I'll show you on Stitch what I have to do because I mounted the spoiler, right? Which still hasn't been fixed yet. I need to get around to doing that. It's warm this week, so maybe I'll get around to doing that this week. And it's a mess in here, I know, but the thing is, Stitch was my daily, and I wasn't really showing off the truck. And all of this is parts for Stitch as well as what I needed for traction. So, anyways, now if we take a look, we can see a different style hinge system on the ones that do not have the, that are non-convertibles, right? This is for the notches only. So and it goes in there and it goes underneath, right? And it mounts up down there. So yeah, I know, and that's just some of the minor differences between the two cars, right? Because, even though they are only 5 years difference between the two, there is still quite a bit of differences. And as well, like, well, hell, and even the sound the two cars make. Now bear in mind, Stitch still has the catalytic converter in, this one's hollowed out, and the 86 also has a muffler in it. But I'm going to show you the differences between both of these running. I'm going to rev them a bit and you'll see the difference. So I'll start with the 86 because that's what most of you are probably interested in. Now let's go over to the 81 that is Stitch. And also, as you can tell with Stitch, she's running quite rich. So I'm going to swap out the carb this week, and there will be a video on that and the progress on that. So let me just close the lid here. And as well, actually, there's something else I want to show you guys on the interiors of the two cars as well, because if we come over to Stitch here, you'll see one other thing when you don't have a center console in your Fox body, that the cigarette lighter is down there, right? But on cars with a center console, which also when you have a center console car, you do get a clock too, is, well, hell, you can even just see it right there, right? It's right down there. And I mean, I haven't detailed the interior of this thing yet. I'm going to. It's just not, haven't done that yet, right? But yeah, and like, the center console. The center consoles did change in '87 because the only difference between, hang on, let me shut up that bomb. Just give me 1 second. There we go. Okay, so the only difference between the center consoles that were later was that if you see how this is essentially in the middle, right? This is the handbrake, controls the rear brakes. Like, you know, is your parking brake essentially. Well, on the 87 and later cars, it's actually moved over a bit. And there are actually kits for those ones that you can remove this centerpiece and get cup holders for that. If you have ones for this, the cup holders go here, which they're not actually that great. You don't want the cup holders on the lid. Yeah, so beyond that, let me close the hoods here. Well, actually, I need to put the air cleaner thing back on. Looking at the two cars as well, like you can see, okay, Stitch has the same hood scoop off of, I'm not sure if it's a real one or not, but that is at least emulating for sure a 79 Mustang pace car, Indy pace car, right? Because I did use the pace car in the Indy 500 in 1979. But the 86 has this different style, much smaller one, which this was the hood scoop on majority of the non-GTs, because like the GTs would have a fake opening at the front and about the same size, but I think they were a little taller too. But you can get those functional if you want. Like, none of these scoops function. I want to get Stitches into like a functional kind of cold air system, but I haven't done that yet. So, you know, that's down the road. There's a lot of work that needs to be done to Stitch. The 86 doesn't require much. As well as, well, something I want to do too is, I also want to show you how the top goes down on a convertible. So, let me just bring you to the side. Because, and this is the same, I'm pretty sure, on all of the Fox body convertibles. Now you'll see. Okay. So now, and I'm pretty sure you need the key in the ignition for this, so sorry, you're going to hear the bong. But, right, and you heard that noise? That was actually the convertible top, just making sure that it's on, right? When you turn on the ignition. So, how to put the top down? Very, very easy. There is a lever right here, and a lever right over here, right? You just do that, and then there is a switch, which I don't know if you can see that. There we go, there's a switch right there. And there's a switch, you can't really see it from here, but you'll see where my hand is going, right? It's right down here that says top, and you just press that down. Oh, hang on, it's a little caught on here. And it's just that easy. And now the windows are still up, but because actually this quarter window does not go down, so I'm gonna have to get that addressed here in the next little while. But just look how good that looks without the top on it. Like, just so sexy, right? I love it. I've been driving the crap out of my 86 here. I don't have a name for the 86 yet. I've tossed around a couple of things, but yeah, I don't know. And I just washed it today too. Like, fuck. Oh well, it happens. But yeah, and like, and the thing is, I do have in the trunk, there is a cover for this, and I think this goes down even further, but I didn't want to put it all the way down. Not at the moment. And the thing in the, well, you saw in the trunk lid that it was it's red to match the interior. Which, and actually, if you look at the seats, really nice. I can just do this without the top on it. See these seats? These are the exact same seats that are in Stitch, except for Stitches are out of a 83. And as well, these are pure red versus, or actually no, they're I think the exact same, except for mine do have vinyl on them. These are just pure, it's not quite velour, but, and even the back seat's the same too. And because what I might end up doing actually is swapping these over to Stitch, just to make those sit in it for now, until my friend comes up and gets these seats all done, because they are, you know, faded and they just look like crap, right? They really let the interior down. But yeah. So, well, there you have it. That will just about, I just want to make sure that the camera is, there we go. So I think that about wraps up this video. Those are the big differences anyways between the two cars, and as well as you got a more detailed look at the 86, and as well you saw the top go down, so pretty cool. And actually now, for the end of the video, I'm going to leave the camera there and you're going to see the top go back up. It is pretty easy to get it back up too, although the one clip is broken on that side a little bit, so sometimes you have to work it a tad, but that's all it takes to get that top up and down, just a few seconds, right? Compared to modern mechanisms that take forever, right? You know, 30, 40 seconds, and just like, you know, but don't get me wrong, if you have that time, like, it's not that long in the grand scheme of things, but compared to this, it's like super quick in this. The top doesn't seal 100% on this. There's some seals that need to be replaced on it and stuff like that. But, yeah, anyways, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video on Katarina's Garage. My name is Katarina Lloyd, and yeah, these are my two babies, and I love them so much. Stitch is going to get a bunch of attention here soon, and there's going to be some special plans for the 86 as well. She's not staying perfectly stock, I don't believe. So, because there's something special that came with the car. I just need to get in contact with people and see what exactly can be done. So, anyways, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. As well, if this is your first time to the channel, please, you know, leave some feedback down below. And as well, what do you guys want to see? Yeah, because I love to entertain you guys as much as I can. And, you know, I try to do more informative videos, but as well, I do some fun videos. Like, if you want to watch me having fun, actually, it was just on this corner a couple months back. I did the 100 subscriber celebration, and where I was drifting around the corner and there was a lot of dirt, you know, you couldn't really see it that well, unfortunately, due to that. I cocked it up a couple of times, but, you know, who knows? Maybe I'll do another one of those in this with the top down when I hit 200. We'll see for sure exactly what I want to do. And also, this one does burnouts too. It's a one-wheeler peeler, but, you know, it does burnouts. So, yeah, anyways, and thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you're staying safe during COVID-19, and good luck with whatever you're working on, and I will see you in the next video. And as well, once we hit 200 subscribers, which when this video gets up and loaded, I'll probably get the extra 4 subscribers that I need for the 200. There is going to be a giveaway, so keep that in mind. I have a couple of ideas in mind. It's going to take a bit to get it all together and everything. So yeah, I'm contacting multiple people and getting you guys a bunch of cool swag. So yeah, unfortunately, you know, I'm not going to have anything that's branded as me, but there's going to be some other cool groups that I'm going to be announcing on here, and, you know, as well, I'm going to enjoy this one a lot. So yeah, anyways, yeah, I will chat to you later. Okay, bye!
Pikachu.